the concept and the brief was take one song and reinterpret it in two very contrasting styles to fit the two scenes that are happening at that point. One is a wedding and the other scene is a wrestling match.
So the song starts off as a nice, breezy, massy kind of number and then suddenly switches gear and goes into this rock version. It's like almost Neil's character crossing over to the dark side.
There are shots which connects the song to the wedding, shots which cut out of that whole location and go into this fight on the other side, which is happening on 300 FPS kind of speed.
फाइटर लोग के लिए तीसरा विसल कट है ठीक है दमा दम मस्त कलंदर अली दम दम दे अंदर ओए दमा दम मस्त कलंदर अली दम पहला नंबर.
So obviously this song's been done so many times before in different versions, so I didn't want to do what would be a regular sort of folk interpretation, so that ended up being a slightly Caribbean acoustic sort of folk feel with a sort of slight Mediterranean kind of vibe to it as well.
Sarika ma'am was like an absolute delight to work with.
Living legend, constant beauty.
We were almost like school kids running around her trying to impress her, and I was initially hesitant, but I still went ahead and asked her if she would be interested in being part of the song, and surprisingly she immediately agreed because she loves the song. The amount of grace and classiness that she brings to the song just made it look really beautiful.
2 claps. High, clap, then here.
The fun part was we didn't really have dancers, and the last minute we couldn't really fly dancers down from Bombay. So we told the local coordinator to get us performers. So very happily, he brought us these cute 4 unassuming boys who are actually pharmacy students. They have no idea about dance, and they're going to be dancing with Sarika ma'am. I got to practice with them like a couple of times. I used to go in between shots, take them to one side and sit and rehearse with them. Show them their hand movements. I was standing behind the camera on like a mountain of apple boxes and showing them every movement so that they can see and they're in sync. And eventually it turned out pretty good.
Another interesting cameo we have in the song is by my lucky charm, Nikhil Chinnappa. So the idea was to do a David and Goliath kind of fight, which is why we had Nikhil pitted against this big white guy, almost getting thrashed throughout the fight, and then how he takes over. It was kind of symbolic for what is happening in Neil's story also. It was a very raw and brutal kind of fight. I think the cage element also added another edge to the fight, and I think it worked beautifully with the way we cut it to the music.
When I say the rock version, it's got a lot of metal elements like detuned guitar sounds. Then the bass lines and the other sort of electro sounds and things that come in are also very dubstep. And then there's a slight sort of a disturbing sound to the vocal track.
Dama Dam Mast Kalandar Ali dam dam de andar.
I think the songs are something that get a lot of soul to the entire film, David. It's very difficult to recreate magic with a song that's already very popular, and Mikey's done that brilliantly.
Dama Dam Mast Kalandar.
I just thought it was songs about
Hamesha mere andar.
Dama Dam Mast Kalandar Ali dam dam de andar. Oye Dama Dam Mast Kalandar Ali dam pehla number.
Oh, did you get that?